He's engaged.
Is that on? Is that on? Is that news to you? Sorry. Must not got that text that he was getting engaged. I don't know.
He wasn't proposing you.
I got to meet the fine lady in the copy room recently.
We on?
There's still music in the background, but I'm fading it out right now. Welcome in, friendos. It is Friday, September 13th, and I know it's Friday the 13th.
I know.
13th.
I know.
Oof.
What kind of omen is that? We're doing a whole new phone system today at 3:00 at work.
Okay.
And so everyone's wringing their hands about Friday the 13th. Though all of our phones are shutting down. Yeah. Oh, good one.
Hey.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Begs the question, why do you still have office phones?
Well, that's what we're getting rid of.
Good.
It's all going to be on the computer now. No phones, no physical phones.
Inside the computer?
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yep.
I haven't done that for a while.
On the internet.
Paul's still looking in the window.
So what's going on, guys?
Hey.
No, I mean, there's not a lot of news in my life. Greg, any news in your life?
Not much.
Not much. Andy, any news in your life?
All right, Andy. Hello.
Hello.
I thought
For those of you that don't know, for the three people that are watching right now, Wednesday I proposed to my girlfriend, which is now my fiance.
Ooh.
Is she still your girlfriend when she becomes your fiance? Because I like calling her my girlfriend.
Sure.
But
my girlfriend, fiance?
Go.
What do you say?
Well, you want to make sure you're not confusing people that you have a fiance and a girlfriend. That might cause some
Good call.
Could be confusing. Could get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Good call.
But I don't know the terms of your
Make Mike look really tall.
I don't know the terms of your being engaged. Maybe she said you can still have a girlfriend. I don't know, but that's something between you
maybe.
two.
No.
But
No?
no. Okay.
I wouldn't want one.
What about after you're married? Would you still say my wife, girlfriend? It's kind of
I like the wife, but
Yeah.
been dating for a while and it's been my
Fiance
girlfriend.
sounds more mature than girlfriend.
Does it?
Yeah.
My lady friend?
No.
Okay.
That's like an old
Yeah.
old people that don't want to get married.
That's like
but they
that's like
lady
Bill
friend.
McEachran.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't he have a lady friend?
Yeah.
Maybe. Hey, I don't know if
I
we
don't
should
know.
be breaking this
I don't
news
know.
here.
Yeah.
Well, I see him
I know.
sitting by somebody.
So that happened on Wednesday, which is funny because we already had a wedding day picked out before that.
Did it all
And
backwards.
we kind of did it a little backwards.
Didn't
February.
do it all backwards.
February.
get married before they met, and then they got
There's
engaged
still-
after.
There's
that.
still
I mean,
some other ways you could do it.
yeah.
February 12th
Good. Still
Yeah.
time.
is the wedding date in Hawaii.
What is it? February what?
12th. It's a
Okay.
Wednesday. It's going to be at 2:00 on the beach, which is pretty sweet.
And you're all invited
You're all invited
to the beach in Hawaii.
join the
You can
live
find
stream.
it. It's easy to find.
Yep.
I mean, anybody's invited to come.
Is that part of the budget? Will you be offering airfare?
No,
No.
absolutely not. You got to get there on your own. Just in case you cry.
Bat in the cave.
A
Thank you.
bat in the cave.
Bat in the cave. You don't know that terminology?
Nope.
Thank you. That would have wrecked the whole podcast.
So yeah, February 12th, we're gonna live stream it. The company that we're going with to do everything, which is
Is that YouTube?
no, it's called Weddings of Hawaii. But they let us pick between 7 different locations. We can have a choice of one where the ceremony is, and then one for like a secondary photo shoot. They can pick between a couple different styles of weddings for the officiant, whether it's a Christian wedding or Hawaiian wedding. Marriage license, they take care of that. Hair and makeup, they take care of that. Flowers, they take care of that. Video and photography. I'm also going to spring for the drone that'll fly out.
Oh, sweet.
Like get the ocean views.
Yeah.
As well as the live stream. So I'll be posting something soon where it'll provide a link to the live stream. It is 4 hours before Minnesota time, so it'll be 6 o'clock Minnesota time,
AM?
PM.
So
PM.
gather around the TV.
I heard they're going to watch it at youth group.
Really?
'Cause it's
get
right
your
around.
dinner, get dinner together, gather around the
But
screen.
it's like, honestly, the ceremony.
It's gonna be the most viewed wedding since Prince Charles and Diana, or whatever their names were.
It's going to be like a 15-minute wedding. We don't want a very long
Yeah,
thing.
that's about a normal wedding.
Yeah. So,
Sweet.
yep. Her mom and dad, her 2 kids, my mom, my brother, my sister are going to be there.
Nice.
Maybe her aunt and uncle, maybe her sister-in-law and brother.
Other surprise special appearances.
Can I
Like
give a
when
plug for something?
Like when the
by way?
Brady's went to Hawaii, the Brady Bunch episode.
Oh, you know what's so funny?
Cameos.
I
Are
was
they gonna be
watching.
cameos like Elvis or Don Ho or who are other famous Hawaiians?
The
Elvis
Rock.
is not a Hawaiian. I'm just joking.
Jamie, if I heard Jamie Foxx talk about when he was growing up and they couldn't watch, like, or listen to like popular music or movies or anything like that. So he had to, when he had girlfriend, he had to like take songs that he knew and make them sound like romantic and soulful.
Oh.
So he did this like R&B version of the Brady Bunch. And it was
He's a
so
super
fun.
talented
and
guy.
he's crazy talented.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, that's it.
What island?
What were we gonna say? Can you give a plug?
Oh, a plug. Lock Jewelers in Monticello, not a sponsor.
Not
They
yet.
are now.
Not yet.
But
We're
Lock
having another sponsor
Jewelers
this episode.
was awesome because that's where I ended up buying the engagement ring from. Samantha's sister-in-law, Brittany, works there. And we seriously were back there like 5 or 6 times to talk about the design, talk about what she likes, what she doesn't like. Then they ordered some stuff, looked at that and said, oh, it's kind of there. I mean, it was a lot of, they're very patient and they worked with us. And yeah, so shout out to Lock Jewelers up in Monticello. And if you go there, ask for Brittany. So anyway, that's it.
That's
Sweet.
nice. It's local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they had jewelry in Monticello. That's cool.
So, do you want to give us the details or no? Is that just like
Details of what?
of your engagement?
How'd you do it?
Yeah. Or is that not? Is that off?
No, that's
No.
fine. So, because we already had a wedding day planned, and I let her pick out exactly what she wanted for a ring, it was tricky because there was a sense of which she was kind of expecting it,
Yeah.
and waiting for something to happen, even though she didn't know when the ring was that I had it. I kind of was messing with her a few weeks ago. I said, "You don't know.
Yeah.
I might already have it."
Yeah.
If you
You
got
know?
a loaf of bread and peanut butter and jelly, at some point I expect a sandwich.
At some point.
Yeah. Right?
And there was kind of a small window because we had originally talked about September 14th, which is this weekend.
Beautiful day.
As
Just
that's
an
your
amazing
that was
day.
your anniversary.
No, it's a birthday.
Birthday.
Oh, your
Tomorrow.
birthday. That's
Yeah,
right. I
that's
mean, we
right.
talked about you.
And then
you
I
told
saw
me
I
this.
saw the
tomorrow.
panic in your eyes when you told me that. So
Yeah. So I wanted it to be a surprise. I wanted her kids there, and I wanted to try to do it before September 14th. So there's all these little weird things. And originally this weekend was going to be just the 2 of us because her kids were going to be with their dad, but he wanted to switch weekends. So he's going to skip this weekend, and he's taking them down to Atlanta next weekend. So that means the kids were going to be with us. And yeah, it's like, how do you do this? How do you surprise her? And so what I went with is, instead of taking her out on a nice date, kind of like if I said that, she kind of suspects something.
Yeah.
Or, hey, let's go for a walk.
yeah.
Suspect that, or like, let me take you out for a boat ride, just the 2 of us. It's like she goes hiking with a group of moms and their kids every Wednesday. They go to different trails in the area, and they just hike for an hour and a half or so. So I got in touch with one of the moms and said, this Wednesday, I'd like to set it up where I can surprise her and propose to her. So she was extremely helpful and extremely excited, and she got all the other moms on board. Didn't tell any of the kids because,
Yeah.
But there's this place up in Zimmerman. It's called Oak Savannah Trail, and they have this little shack, kind of community shack. Its shack sounds dumpy. It's actually not dumpy. It's this nice little shack.
Like a love shack?
I was gonna say it's a love shack.
It's not even very big. It's not even wider than these two tables, put together.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Oh,
yeah.
Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Right.
Radio Shack. Radio
Radio
Shack.
Shack.
Radio Shack. What else do we have? Forgot about Radio Shack.
So there's this shack by the the lake, and I got there about half an hour early. I borrowed Paul's truck because she would have recognized my Jeep in the parking lot. And I walked down the trail. I went the wrong way, so I actually had to go the long way to get to this shack.
So you're all just
you're out of
sweating at this point.
Yeah.
Just sweating through a
Sweating
shirt.
and out of breath.
And her friend said that she would text me when they leave the parking lot to get onto the trail. And I made a couple signs, one at the door to the shack. It just said, "Open me, Samantha only." And then inside the shack, I put "Open me" on the windows, because there's these wooden windows that you open up and you get the views of the lake, let some air flow. But I hid on the other side of the shack from the path, so I wouldn't be seen.
Uh-huh.
And I heard voices and kids chit-chatting, and then they came, and it's obviously, once you see the sign, then she kind of figures out what's going on. But I thought the cliche thing would be to be in the shack. So that's why I wasn't in the shack when you open the doors. Plus, I wanted to try to get some pictures and videos. And so I thought if we were in the shack, it's harder to get that. So I hid on the other side. When she went in there to start opening up the windows, I came up to the entrance and just waited there. She kind of took a little long time to open up all the windows. I thought she would just open the two there, but she opened all four of them. So I'm just waiting there. And then she came out and then said a few things and then proposed. And she was very surprised.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Which is the one thing I really wanted to do is I wanted to have an element of surprise and kind of unexpected, because she was expecting it. I even said that I said, I know we have a wedding day already planned on the calendar. So I know that this moment was going to happen at some point. But yeah, her kids were there. I surprised her. And so I thought it went well.
Awesome. And you have a short little video on your
Yeah, it's like 30 seconds.
social media.
Yeah. I'm going to probably try to have some more professional engagement photos. Maybe Sean Nielsen Photography. Not a sponsor.
Not yet.
Yes, he is now.
But maybe he could do something
Along
for
with
us.
the jewelry. Was the jewelry thing? The jeweler. What was
Loch.
it? Yeah.
LOCH.
Yeah. This should be like a Valentine's episode with all this stuff.
We got some red balloons over there.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome, man.
So, yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting.
It is.
That is exciting. It's great.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Super exciting. None of us do. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
That's fine. You never will.
No.
You'll never be ready. And there you go. So can you top that, Mike? With news?
No.
You got a new phone system at work.
New phone system. That's incredible news.
Yeah, it is.
Ah.
It's right up there with being engaged.
Yeah. Ooh, is this the video?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's cool.
The one in this song that's on it
What is this on your? Is this on your Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
This is
know you
little
don't
music.
have Facebook.
I don't have
so-
Facebook.
It's funny because Andy never posts anything on that.
I do not.
What's the last thing you posted before that?
It's probably
Started a
something-
new job at Northridge today.
It's probably something related to Hawaii.
Yeah.
When I was in
Probably
Hawaii,
you've shared pictures.
that
on
was
it.
probably
Yeah.
the last time I posted something on there.
I share stuff. I
do
don't
like that
post
picture.
much either.
Well, it's a little bit more important for you guys to
I
be
know.
on this stuff, so you're up on what's going on with things. Julie keeps me posted on what I need to know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So that's how marriage goes anyway.
Before that, the last thing I posted was she tagged me in some posts from
Yeah.
the spring,
Not tags.
but I didn't post.
Things that you post.
So the last
Hawaii.
thing I
Hawaii.
officially post was our last night on the beach, which was in Kahului on Maui.
What about before that?
Before
Hawaii
that,
again? Previous Hawaii trip?
oh, there's a lot of Hawaii stuff.
Krispy Kreme.
That was in the one in Hawaii.
They have a Krispy Kreme in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Are they
I said this truly is a magical place.
Yeah.
The last post before that was another Hawaii, February
Yeah.
12th.
Oh,
Hey,
look at
February
that.
12th.
Wow.
2022
Whoa.
was the last
3
day.
years.
Which is
What if
on-
you had a caption like, someday I'd like to get married here? That'd be crazy. You
And
could
then-
edit. You should edit that post and put that in the,
Did you edit that long ago?
I don't know. So what else, man? What else is happening? We got through block party. We got through fall kickoff weekend.
And then before that post
And
was
then- we're still
February
talking
20,
Hawaii.
21.
I told you, it's
in
just all
Maui.
Hawaii.
It's all
Hawaii.
That looks like the Corona beer Christmas commercials with the palm tree with the Christmas
true.
lights. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Christmas tree. Yeah.
did you go to block party?
I
didn't
was,
see
I
you.
was at the pre-block
Oh,
party.
You were out here all night
I was out here at this with the guys
cooking pigs.
cooking pigs and listening to
Lo-
Dave tell stories.
Yeah, lies
Dave,
and jokes.
yeah.
Hog roasting.
Lies
telling
and
lies and jokes.
Dave Foy. I told Dave, I said 80% of the time his stories are 100% true.
Yeah, that might be
So-
generous.
Yeah. No, well, yeah. So I did that, and then had to go off to a different engagement during the block party. So how'd it go?
It's good. It's good. It's a beautiful day. It's a good crowd, good times, good food. The hog this year was the best ever. It was really good. Did you try some before you left?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
somebody brought some.
Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah.
But no,
Well,
it was a good time.
that's all. Sean.
Yeah, Sean
Sean
Hauser,
Hauser
is
is
the
like-
man with the seasoning. He told me his
Yeah.
secret. I asked him, dude, it's really good this year, and he told me he changed something slightly. I don't want to say
It's a
it.
secret.
You mean the
If it-
recipe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you ask him, he'll tell you.
I just saw there's people frantically trying to get electrical things done on the day of the
Yeah.
block party
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
band.
for the band.
Yeah, the band was here waiting to plug in, and there was
Why are
no
you looking at
power.
me?
I don't know. Just
Was I helping?
I don't know. if
I
you
probably
were.
wasn't even
I
here
just,
yet.
You weren't here
No,
yet.
it was early. That's what I'm just
No.
saying. That's
I got there
all
at
saw.
9.
I don't know.
Because I taught. No, it was just kind of funny because I was out here and
I just
saw
saw-
band. I was like,
like-
oh, I thought you and Paul were out because I saw you the afternoon before in the shed. I thought you guys were getting ready to do it. And then I'm like, oh, there's no power.
That's all I saw because then I was out here early.
Well, we decided to run it the next day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Now. I didn't then. No, it's funny.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I heard it was good. The pig was good. I heard the. I don't know.
That was a good crowd. We had some last minute
crowd,
changes we had to do with some. We had some difficulties with canopies and stuff on Friday and stuff. Things get a little bit trickier with not wanting to drive giant stakes through our nice new
Sure.
parking lot. So, so we had to move the food service lines inside, which actually ended up being a good thing, and people serving like that because less bees. But
And
yeah,
cooler,
And it was cooler, and it was easier to
more comfortable
kind of
standing on
run
carpet.
stuff. You know, yeah, refill the food lines and stuff. It was easier, not carting stuff outside. So, no, that worked out. But everything worked out great. It was good. It was a good day. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. It's beautiful. Not too hot. Started getting a little warm later in the day, like afternoon. I think the heat just kind of bounces off the asphalt. But yeah, it was nice. So we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Next year.
Next year, same time.
Yeah, same time, same Saturday after Labor Day, same bat time, same bat channel, same bat parking lot.
So-
and then we kicked off Sunday with the new series, kids and youth stuff on Sunday mornings, and that all the kids and youth Wednesday night activities kick off this next coming week. But we started this new series. I grabbed a copy of the devotional. Into the Unknown.
I got to get one of those.
You got to start singing the song Into the Unknown.
If I could sing, I would.
The Frozen 2.
I don't want our two veer.
I thought it'd be cool throughout the series, whenever we're on here, to just briefly talk through the sermon series a little bit, just like our thoughts.
I like
So,
that.
did you hear the sermon? Were you
Yeah,
here at church?
I was here
Or
at
did
church.
you also ditch church to go to
To a prior
another?
engagement. Yeah.
I'm just joking. It was a kid's
I did.
activity.
I think I took notes.
So
Yeah, but
Ben
look,
referred to. Oh yeah, you get copious. No. Referred to one of the questions in here because it was like it's honestly when you think about it, it's kind of a hard one to. I don't know. He didn't like spend much time on it in the sermon, but there is a moment in the passage, and the first. So the series is on just out of Exodus and the life of Moses and the Exodus, right? So the first week it was the chunk of Exodus was Exodus 1 through chapter 2, verse 10. And so it's like just the beginnings of it. And there's a little passage here that I'm going to read. This is from Exodus 1, verses 15 to 19. It says, "The king of Egypt said to the Hebrew midwives, whose names were Shiphrah and Puah," like Ben said, not enough people naming their kids those names anymore. But he said to them, "When you are helping the Hebrew women during childbirth on the delivery stool, if you see that the baby is a boy, kill him. But if it is a girl, let her live." The midwives, however, feared God and did not do what the king of Egypt had told them to do. They let the boys live. When the king of Egypt summoned the midwives and asked them, "Why have you done this? Why have you let the boys live?" The midwives answered Pharaoh, "Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women. They are vigorous and give birth before the midwives arrive." So, I mean, we could dive deeper into the whole chapter and stuff, but there's a question there like, that's a lie. They were lying. When is it okay to tell a lie?
Must lie situations.
Must lie situation. But
Okay, but
in
do we
fairness,
know
this
for
is
sure it
before
was
the
a lie?
commandments. This is before the thou shalt not tell a lie. This is before they got the tablets. But it's true. Do we know it was a lie? Maybe they were. But I don't know. Do you think that Egyptian women are not like, or the Hebrew women were not like the Egyptian women? They were vigorous and they just gave birth before the midwives would get there, and then somehow hid the baby, and or were they lying because they feared God?
Well, what was the reason? Did it say that?
It said they feared God. It did not do what the king of Egypt had told them to do.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't
So
know. In
there's
context, it
definitely
clearly is like
context there.
Yeah, they're lying to him.
Right. Well, is it along the lines of?
And then they were rewarded, by the way, later. And because the midwives feared God, he gave them families of their own. So they were blessed by it. So it's okay to tell a lie. I'm just preparing you for Mike, by the way, is the newly crowned 7th grade boys small group leader, which includes one particular child of mine who will read something like this and say, "Oh, I could tell a lie then. It's fine."
Must lie situations. Yeah.
How would you answer that, small group leader?
Which is what Ben said. Talk about it in your
with
I
small
know.
group,
He said,
yeah.
yeah. Which is a great way of saying, like, I don't really want to dive into this in my sermon.
Yeah.
So talk about it in your small groups. No, it is a good discussion, though. Because clearly there's good reason for the lie. Like, would you lie to protect the life of your child? If it was a lie, or even another innocent child, would you? Probably.
Kind of like World War II, right? When they're hiding the Jewish people from the soldiers and things like that, right? Yeah. I mean, that'd be a fairly modern day.
Yeah, I guess.
Situational ethic.
Mm-hmm. Like, who was the guy?
Bonhoeffer.
What was the guy's name that hid like Anne Frank and her family? I forgot his name.
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, right? The famous German preacher, philosopher,
Dietrich
Bonhoeffer, who was part of the coup to
try to
kill
this person.
Hitler.
I can't pronounce their
Meep
guys.
Meep guys.
The woman who supported Anne Frank for her family when they were hiding Nazis.
Cool. It's a cool name. Not enough people named Meep or Miep. Meep. How do you say that?
I mean,
Miep.
No matter how you say it, there's not enough people named that.
Yep.
So have you found yourself in a must lie situational ethic Christian? Not like.
Look, I think most of us have no problem lying. Honestly, like, right?
I don't know. I mean,
You might later regret it, or you might think, well, I shouldn't have lied. Why I lied? That? But we don't have a problem. Like, I'm not saying we're all habitual liars and horrible people. I'm just saying if it suits us, we'll tell a lie from time to time. No? Am I the only one being honest? Am I surrounded by liars?
did you say people don't lie in church until they start singing?
Yeah, that's a quote. People don't, Christians don't lie. They go to church and sing them or something. Yeah. I forgot who
Where's
said
that quote from?
I forgot. No, it was a quote that I took down somewhere. People
were you saying
don't
that?
lie. They go. It's a like.
But okay, in this situation, the midwives weren't lying for their own benefit.
Oh, yeah, they're lying to.
They're lying to benefit
others.
others. In fact,
Tozer.
I was going to say it was a famous
Christians
guy,
don't lie,
A.W.
they sing them.
Yeah, A.W. Tozer. Yeah, that's why I don't sing in church. Andy's the biggest liar around, week after week.
Hey.
He even gets out with a microphone.
Like Paul, I'm the worst.
Yeah,
yeah, right. So I think in this situation, yeah, a little bit it didn't benefit them to lie.
So that now we're getting somewhere. We're getting a little discussion. So it's okay if it benefits someone else.
I think it helps.
Yeah, if it makes you feel good about it. No. Look, I'm not saying this is wrong of them to lie to Pharaoh, because clearly they're saving lives of innocent children.
Right.
But it's just I don't
What
know.
about
It's an interesting
what
thing.
about the example? Okay, wasn't it the three wise men were supposed to come back?
Yeah, and then they lied to Herod, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And they bounced a different way, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that didn't benefit them.
Well, guess not.
Yeah.
I'm not. You know,
There's
we don't need to
clearly
base our,
there's clearly a hierarchy in Scripture of God's laws and then man's laws.
Yeah.
Right? And we know God's laws always supersede man's laws.
Yeah.
So if man's laws are requiring us to break a God law, then at least you have to give it some thoughts, right?
Yep.
I'm not saying every time. I mean, this was essentially some of the arguments that were flying out during COVID, right? Whether or not we're going to allow the state to dictate this, that, and the other thing, right? That's a whole nother discussion for another time. But that's the point, of when.
Right.
That's the difficulty of it, right?
Yeah.
Is when you're trying to merge those two.
It's a hard one.
It's a good question.
Because there's no interaction between God and the midwives of, him specifically commanding you, hey, you're going to be asked to do this, but I'm telling you not to.
Right.
Other than there's some sort of moral code there, they already have, it's wrong to kill a baby.
Right.
Yeah. No, it is. I don't know. It's interesting.
Proverbs 6 says, 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, false witness who speaks lies, and one who sows discord among brethren.
So
Psalm 101 says, when we lie, we are behaving more like children of the devil. He who works deceit shall not dwell within my house. He who tells lies shall not continue in my presence.
So they were faced with two of those in the first verse you read.
Right.
The lying and then the shedding
of
blood
innocent
innocent lives.
Yeah.
So,
Which was written after all that stuff
Yeah.
happened.
so do we have a ranking system of sin now, or what? What do we? I don't know. Maybe we don't have to think too deeply.
All sin is sin.
Yeah.
But certain sin has, even in Scripture, certain sin has different consequences.
Yeah, there's different consequences.
Right? I mean, there was, even in the Old Testament, there was law, there was certain sin that led to death and certain ones that didn't.
Yeah. Where does lying fall? Where's lying to protect the lives of innocent?
But have you ever felt
Andy's
like
been
that?
strangely quiet.
Yeah. I mean, have you really like been in a situation?
Strangely? What do you mean?
Not strangely, but
I've been doing a couple different things.
I know. You're updating your Instagram now?
No.
Okay.
I've been trying to coordinate a dinner for tomorrow night.
Oh, sweet.
I guess.
Dinner
Do
coordination.
you remember getting that text?
No.
I don't either. Okay.
Guess not. I guess we're going to starve tomorrow.
I guess so.
You're grown, man.
Guess we won't be coordinating.
Could at least lie about it and say, no, I was looking up other scripture verses about lying. All right. I don't know if anyone else has opinions.
That's a good discussion. No, I mean, have you ever really... I'm trying to rack my brain.
So is I guess the bigger part, is sin ever justifiable?
What about your kids during Christmas if one chooses to do Santa Claus? Is that lying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually,
right.
Just tell them Santa's not real.
Yeah.
Be done with it.
Be done with it. That's it.
It's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
What if your wife
so is
says,
it ever? Is
do you
sin,
like this?
Is there any justification for sin? If lying is a sin, and there's like clearly a time where it's okay to lie.
I'm reading something.
I'm trying to get Andy fired. I'm trying to get Mike thrown out of the church.
What about you? You're the one that said it was okay.
I'm just asking a question.
You were the one that said it was okay.
I'm just asking a question.
He lies all the time.
Right. I'm just asking a question.
And apparently I've been lying every week, and it's not a problem.
You sing it. I just said you sing it.
You don't actually say it, so you're fine.
There
was an example here of Rahab. She lied.
Yeah, she lied.
Right.
Another great example.
I was going to say there's all kinds of examples in Scripture, but it's just kind of a...
The spies.
But once again, the Bible goes to great lengths to show that God approved this unusual action, records the fact that Joshua sent men into the city to rescue and preserve Rahab and her family in advance of the coming destruction. It goes on to say, and she has lived in Israel to this day because she hid the messengers whom Joshua sent to spy out Jericho.
So
now, in that
whose commentary is that? Because I would say they're wrong. It's not that unusual. There's lots of it.
It's a gospel correlation.
Yeah, they know nothing like when it comes to this.
Those guys are
they're nameless.
They're not very well
they're nameless. They hide under the banner of coalition.
So they went on to say, lying to protect the lives of God's people or to prevent genocide is recognized in the Bible as a legitimate exception to the general principle that people of God should be known for telling the truth. The Bible is written for real people living the real world, written for times of peace, for times of war, contains general principles, recognized exceptions that together we will see us safely and wisely through all of life.
See, and in the Rahab story is a little bit different because every other story we've brought up, it was a direct benefit to somebody else. Mm-hmm. She got a very indirect benefit from that. She said, I'll hide you if you promise not to, basically to remember my family and to allow us to live. It was a kind of a conditional.
So like a altruistic lie, something that when you say it, you can't discern any benefit from what you're saying. It only will benefit people around you. I mean, I think that's kind of what,
But Rahab did benefit from it, though.
Right, but I don't think she expected that.
She asked for it.
She asked for it.
I suppose. Yeah.
Maybe she asked unexpectedly. Maybe you just say, hey, let me just throw this little request out there. I know you probably have to say no, but would it be cool if...
But just in general, like ethical question.
Yeah.
If you lie in a way that you know you're not benefiting it, but only somebody else is going to benefit from the outcome of you not telling the truth.
Yeah.
So is it... This is going to be an interpretation question then. Is it shall not bear false witness or shall not lie?
Right. There might be a
distinction there.
Yeah.
In the Ten Commandments.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we could look up, but the passage Andy read earlier, the Proverbs said both of those things.
Because remember the old King James Version said shall not kill?
Yeah.
Now that's clearly different than murder.
Yeah. Yeah. At least the way we use it.
Yeah.
We're stuck.
All
Just
right.
talking in
I
circles.
think the answer is yes. So I'll just.
You think
I'll-
the answer is yes,
I think,
what?
I think there are
a
situations.
time
There are
to lie.
must-lie
Have
situations.
you ever had to do that?
I don't know. I was really trying to think.
Don't
I
lie.
bet at the time you thought.
No, there's times I've
That's what I'm
lied,
saying.
but-
You're being dishonest. Because at the time you clearly thought, like, it's okay to lie.
Yeah, I think there are redeemable, God-honoring situations to lie.
Yeah.
I think the Bible gives us enough examples for it. And like I like how they said at the end of that article, we live in a real world, and God is a real God.
Right.
He understands. I mean, he understands all of the situations, all of the nuances. And so yet when he said, "Here are my laws," he gave them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that within some of those, there's going to be
Yeah.
nuances.
Yeah. Yeah. Life's never so clean and black and white. Like, yeah. Yeah. There's definitely nuance. So that's
But yeah, must lie situations.
my sister just texted me. She's watching this. So
Yep. She just commented.
I know. Well, I saw hello. She texted me. So I'm
So for the
watching.
record, I never lied to Samantha about this proposal thing.
Yeah.
I never told her that I didn't have the ring. I never told her that. Yeah.
That's true. I'm sure we've all. Yeah, when you're trying to like hide something from somebody for a good reason, like, hey, did you buy this for me for Christmas? I suppose you could say I'm not going to answer that, but that tips it off.
I plead the fifth.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Or you just say, "Hey, you look great today."
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this instead.
You're so good looking. Seinfeld.
What?
Seinfeld episode.
What's that?
They didn't want to say God bless you after sneezing.
Yeah.
And that was what Jerry was it Jerry, I think, like
Who's Jerry?
Seinfeld. So you should say, "You're so good looking." Because no one looks good sneezing. So it's a lie.
All right.
Famous
Good question.
songs about lies. What are good songs about lies? Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. What else? Lies, lies, lies. Yeah.
Wow.
That it?
Stage fright. I can't think of anything.
That's like I just thought of that because no, you don't
Tell
have
me
to Google
lies.
it.
Tell me that one's by far the most
Tell me
famous.
lies. Tell me
Who is that?
some. Christy would know. That's some 80s.
Is it Cindy Lopner?
No. Wapner?
Wapner?
Judge Wapner.
Judge Wapner's daughter.
Sydney Wapner. Lopper.
All
Did
right.
you just type lies into
Yeah, I
Spotify?
did.
I said famous songs about lies. You have Liar, Camila Cabello.
Oh, yeah.
Little Lies,
What about Liar by what's the dude?
Rollins.
Yeah, Henry Rollins.
Yep. La 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 Lies, The Who.
I like that question.
Lie to Me, Pretenders. They put Suspicious Minds in here by Elvis Presley. I don't know.
What was that?
Okay, I have another question from the sermon.
Say My Name.
Okay.
So maybe I believe that Pastor Ben referenced John 10:10 as well.
Yeah.
That the enemy comes to destroy but Jesus comes to give life and life abundantly.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about that all week. Like what does an abundant life mean? And I'm not talking financial or even necessarily health, because I mean that's fine. Those are easy answers to a certain extent. But maybe beyond that, like how would you? Maybe,
And is that different for every person?
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
So like, how would you, if someone were to say to you, Andy, how do I obtain an abundant life? What would be some wisdom for that?
Well, I mean, I can be
And let's say they're already a Christian.
the Sunday school answer, Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, all these things will be given to you as well. I could say, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart.
Yep.
So I could say those things, but how does that actually play out in real life? You know, from my own life example, I've been working in the church for 23 years ish. The last 14 years have been the most content, fulfilled, abundant years of my life. And I had the chance to go into some pretty prolific business before I got into ministry. I chose not to do that. I've been single up until the last 6 months. Not married, no kids, but yet I felt the most content and fulfilled because of where I am, what God is doing in me, and what God is doing through me at this church, feeling like I'm connected to a community of people, family at this church, got some great friends and family outside of this church.
Also said outside of this church.
Yeah, I caught it.
Yep.
I said in the first.
Oh, okay.
I said
All right.
in the church and outside this church. And yet, this new thing that's happened in my life in the last 6 months, it just elevated everything to beyond a place beyond I could have ever imagined. And life was great before that. I wasn't even squirming around thinking, oh, I need to get married. I wasn't discontent about not being married. In fact, I told Samantha this the other day. January, February, before I went to Hawaii, I was out letting my dog out. And I think it was right around the time where I had inquired about Samantha, and I wasn't sure if I had the kind of thumbs up to ask her out. But I was praying as I was letting Jackson out, and I said, God, you know, if I were to live another 40 years and die single, I would be content. But I think how does one get to that point? And I think it comes down to, yes, those are the Sunday school answers, but what do you make the objective of your life? What do you make the central focus of your life? Is it to make money? Is it to get married and have a family, which are not inherently terrible, evil things?
No.
But I chose to pursue a life giving God permission to do whatever he wants to me through, you know, in whatever church that I'm in or whatever environment I'm in. And it seems easy working in a church. Could I do that same thing if I worked in a cubicle, or if I worked at a bank, or if I worked at a school, you know? And I think that, you know, it's definitely possible to do that depending on what your central motive in your mind and your heart is. And I think, like, you think about Romans 12:1, or 12:2 actually, is don't conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will for you is. God's will for you is to delight yourself in the Lord, is to seek first the kingdom of God, and to glorify him in all things, no matter what that is.
Yeah.
Colossians 3:17, do whatever you do it for the glory of God. And I think when that's the central motive of your heart and mind, no matter what you do and what you pursue in life, if everything is filtered through that, I think you will find yourself in a place where you will feel fulfilled, no matter your circumstances. Because it's not even about circumstances. Because my life hasn't been easy or perfect the last 14 years, but it's been very extremely fulfilling. I couldn't imagine a different life. I couldn't have planned it or orchestrated any better. Even thinking I'm 46 and I'm about to get married for the first time. Would I planned it any different? Probably not. Knowing how the outcome has been, I would not change anything again.
It's like God is sovereign over all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
but he, you know, the allowance of the freedom of the choices that we make and the consequences of our choices has definitely in the previous years, in the years previous to the 14 years that have been the best years of my life so far. And they only seem to be getting better.
Yeah, it was all leading
But
to that
before
moment.
these 14 years, I had made some terrible choices in my life and paid terrible consequences for them. And, you can, if you want to believe that was all pre-planned, or it was, my own choices, and God was patient and kind and let me kind of wiggle around a little bit.
All of us. That's a good way to phrase it. Wiggle
Right.
around a little.
Wiggle around.
I like that.
I mean, there was so many times where I'd after kind of having a tantrum about things, I'd finally find some calm, and I'd be sitting there at the lake or, in my bed, and just kind of letting things calm down. And God is just so patient, and He never is intrusive on our thoughts as we kind of work through some of that stuff. It's that still quiet voice that David talks about in the Psalm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And in the perfect moment, that's when he tries to get our attention, because he knows otherwise we're not going to be paying attention.
I think you nailed it. I really do. I mean, I've been thinking about that question. I've actually asked a few people about it, some older, wise, just men, you guys in their 80s, and I was asking them. And I think the answer I think you gave is beautiful. And I guess I'd just sum it up as the abundant life isn't, you're content, and you're not comparing yourself to others. And some of the most joyful people are the ones that don't compare.
Yeah.
They're content. They're not arrogant. They're just confident in who they are, and they're happy with what their relationship with the Lord. And they're not busy running around comparing and getting into that. And their life is one of abundance.
Yeah.
Like
Who
they
said
would
that?
say that.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
Type that into your quote
Tozer.
machine. Wasn't A.W. Tozer. I want to say it was like Ben Franklin or something like that. One of the founding fathers, or like...
Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, it was Teddy
There you
Roosevelt.
go.
He stole it from someone. Probably. He wasn't content with that. He also like hunted bears with a knife.
Oh, yeah. That guy was a real man.
But then...
You got to go to Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. It's great.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I won't, because you're telling me I have to.
Yeah.
My sister...
Next time you should never
Should
go.
never go there. Yeah.
My sister wrote that 100% on feeling fulfilled by contentment in life despite the circumstances. I could think agreeing with one of you guys, yeah. Yeah, contentment's the big, I think.
I mean, when you
abundant
find
life.
yourself down or having a pity party or wiggling around like Andy said, don't you think it's coming from a place of you're comparing
Often.
or
Yeah.
wishing?
It's either comparing, or it's just a pure, whatever that purest form of selfishness is.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't get my way.
Maybe, but it could be genuine disappointment over something that maybe you don't see the end picture yet, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. That, I mean, you could be disappointed and upset
That's true.
about something that didn't go your way. You don't understand why it didn't. So I don't.
That's true.
I mean,
might
what was
not see
Mike's
the whole
original
picture.
question?
The abundant life, though. I think you're right. Situationally, yes, right? Like you can. But I think if you want to achieve the abundant life that Jesus is talking about there,
Yeah.
man, to do what Andy was talking about,
Yeah.
like to be able to stay in that frame of mind.
Yeah.
And trust me, I have no idea how I got to that place.
Yeah.
And it was probably more people around me, God using people around me, than me doing anything myself, other than this is my central focus of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to choose to do this a thing over everything else, And I'm sure I disappointed other people along the way in that pursuit, because I think that's another element that can throw you off, is when you're a people pleaser and you try to make everybody around you happy, which is not an inherently evil thing either.
Well, it's nice to want to make people happy,
Right.
or like try to please people to a certain extent, like be a peacemaker, whatever. But like, yeah.
But choosing
Not
this
if you're a doormat.
even over my own family, that's a tough one. You know, choosing this over some friends, time here over friends outside of this church.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing this sometimes, well, I mean, even to your own health sometimes.
Yeah, right. I mean, don't you think part of what Solomon was talking about in Ecclesiastes, you know, he's talking about everything's meaningless, chasing after the wind.
Yeah.
You know, and ultimately comes to the conclusion of finding joy in your work and delight in the Lord. That's really right, because he said he denied himself no pleasure.
Right. You're talking about a guy that had access to anything and everything.
Right.
Like, yeah.
And that was, I don't know if he was comparing per se, but he was trying to find. He obviously is making the point that it's just it's an empty well.
Yeah.
To keep going down this, trying to the next car, the next house, the next wife, the next whatever, right? And you see that in people. You know, they can't sit still. Like pick a lane and go with it. They can't.
Yeah.
They're always trying, and it's like they're just chasing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 1 o'clock, Greg.
I gotta
we
go. I gotta go. I'm going to a cross country meet like an hour and a half away.
Oof.
It's a long run.
Well, Mike and I can
It's true. We got to
I
drive.
gotta go,
We got
too.
to drive an hour and a half. That's a
gotta
really
go.
long run.
Yeah. Will you be sweatier than Andy was after running around the shack?
Probably.
So
I was just thinking, honestly, like I don't want to like, you know, turn your nice romantic story dark, but we were joking
about the
you
book,
being
The
like
Shack?
going the opposite way. I was thinking like of a guy coming out of the woods like all sweaty and like just raggedy looking. Like, what were you doing? Like digging a shallow grave? And what are you doing coming out of the woods? Like
well,
in
some
this
people
weird
say
shack?
marriage is like a shallow
Like
grave.
it's a nice engagement story, but it also sounds to me like the way a horror movie might start. Just kidding. It's Friday the 13th, so
That's
It
true.
is.
Anyway.
That's a good way to.
I do need to run. I get to leave early instead of Mike.
I got to go too.
Oh no, you
Oh,
got to
okay.
stay. Let me just run through these announcements. Somebody's got to stay here.
Run.
Okay, fine. Run, go.
You can go.
All right.
You
Goodbye,
can run.
Greg. Say
Bye,
goodbye,
Greg.
Greg.
Say goodbye, Greg. So we kicked off our ministry season this last Saturday and Sunday with the block party, and then the new series.
I'm taking that with me.
Yeah, if you didn't grab a devotional, you can grab one of those on Sunday. They're over by the entrance to the worship center. Yeah. Well, he has one that says "World's Okayest Dad."
Who got you that?
The series will go all the way up to the end of November, and so that booklet will get you there. You could use that in your small group. You can also get a digital version of that on the website. But there's now starting a ton of stuff happening here at Northridge, all throughout the week. Regular stuff, events. So I'm going to run through these really quick. You can go to our website, click on fall events, and click on any one of these things. Some of them need you to register. Some of them are just free for all. We have the men's barbecue competition on September 21st.
Week from Saturday.
We have a women's fall gathering on September 26th. That same day, we have a neighborhood park day on the 26th. We have a Net Lakes fall mission trip September 28th to the 29th. Child Care Night September 28th.
Ooh.
Middle school fall retreat October 4th through the 6th. Since you're going to be a small group leader, you have the opportunity to go if you want.
I know, but I won't be able to. We're running Twin Cities.
High school fall retreat at November 1st through the 3rd. This year, instead of doing them in-house, we're going to be going to Trout Lake for both of those.
Yep.
We have men's breakfast once a month on Saturdays. That's going to be starting on October 12th. That's the first one. We have a couple Make a Difference for Life events. One is Human Trafficking Awareness Seminar on October 6th. And then the other one is about a personal gift for Safe House residents. Maybe back in the spring you saw us. We were part of a build up in Park Rapids for a safe house. This is mostly just to purchase things for people who are using the safe house for their own lives. And you go on there. There's a link for an Amazon wish list that when you purchase stuff from that wish list, it gets mailed directly to where it needs to go. So you don't have to even worry about anything. You just buy something and it ships it to where it goes. Man, youth. And the main thing is our Wednesday night programming starts up this coming Wednesday, September 18th.
6:15
to 7:45. Yep. Kids Quest, which is ages 3 to all the way to 5th grade. That starts here in the worship center. And then our youth group, which is branded this year called The Search. That's our Wednesday night youth program. It's called The Search.
And come on Wednesday to find out what that is all about.
Come on Wednesday night. I'll be doing some music. Brax will be there. Small groups, fellowship time, games, food, all that stuff. So make sure you get your teenager ready for that. This Wednesday, 6:15 to 7:45. Then we have our youth Bible classes, 9 o'clock during the 9 o'clock hour from 6th to 12th graders. And then our kids classes from infant to 5th grade. That's on Sundays at both the 9 and the 10:30 class hours. So that's a lot of stuff. We also have the playground that's going to be put up here in the next week.
Yes.
So get to clicking. Check out and we have a Kairos course starting on October 4th. It's several weekends.
Is that 2 or 3 weekends?
I think it's 3 weekends, but they're going to skip 1 week. It's not consecutive. They're going 2 weeks, then skip, and then
MEA's in there somewhere.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's it.
Good to have things going on, right?
It is. It's busy time of year.
It's good to have activities.
And we're glad to be back with everything. And
that's it.
That's it.
Goodbye, Gregg.
Goodbye, Gregg. Have a good week. We'll see you guys hopefully this weekend. If you have any questions or anything, let us know. Have a good